From the Accu-Stats Arena at Caesars, Southern Indiana, welcome to the 2022 Derby City Classic and the All-Around Pocket Billiards Championship. Thank you. This is pool's most exciting event, and it's brought to you by Diamond Billiard Products, Simonis Cloth, and Aramuth Belgian Billiard Balls. We'd also like to express our gratitude to our associates, OB, Master Chalk, and Outsville, and also recognizing our great tournament direction team from Bad Boys Billiards Productions. It's our 12th year here at Caesars, Southern Indiana, and we want to tell them how much we appreciate them being great partners and hosts all along the way. And we also want to express our appreciation to all of our fans watching around the world or here ringside for being the force behind making this the most popular and prestigious event in professional pool. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to jump into the 9-ball division here until we resume one pocket, which we will do around 2 o'clock this afternoon. But we're going to open things up here with round number 1 for these two gentlemen. A lot of similarities between the two of them, so let's get right to player introductions. From the United Kingdom, this gentleman is a former world 9-ball champion. He's a 2-time US Open 9-ball champion among a lengthy list of accomplishments that resulted in his induction in 2017 to the Billiard Congress of America Hall of Fame. He's sponsored by Predator, by Rasson, and by Q World. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dynamite Darren Appleton. His opponent from Germany, he's also a world 9-ball champion. He's also a US Open 9-ball champion, and he's got a long list of accomplishments behind him in a relatively short period of time. Sponsored by Predator, by Gabriel's, and by Andy Cloth. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the killer, Joshua Filler. Okay, here we go. This is a race to 9 games with a 40-second shot clock. Cue ball fouls only, and we're going to send it upstairs to the comm box now to Mark Wilson and a special guest.
Hello and welcome, friends and pool fans. We have world-class 9-ball and another feature matchup here at the Derby City Classic. My name is Mark Wilson, and alongside me providing expert analysis is my dear friend, Danny Seay. Glad that you're here, Danny, and give us something to look for in this one.
Well, thanks for having me, Mark. Well, Darren seems like the steady, cerebral type, and Josh Filler can make any shot on the table, so it should be a very exciting match.
Yeah, no, naturally, Filler, 24 years old, has provided plenty of fireworks in this arena already at this event, winning the Big Foot 10-ball championship over Feeder Gorst. This is a race to 9. We're using the 3-point rule. Let me just double check that. Yeah, the Outsville AccuRack template. He scratched on the break, Danny. That's a auspicious start.
Yeah, that might cost him. Made 2 balls. Yeah, Darren's got a pretty straightforward out here.
The only possible issue maybe be getting from the 4 to the 5.
Yeah.
If there is one. Yeah, he played this smart. Just going to top spin the cue ball back to the center of the table and just take the nice angle into the corner pocket that has a large leeway for position. I've always loved Appleton's stroke. It's real compact. There's no wasted energy in it. Very efficient. Now this will be 3-cushion position, but he's going to play the 9-ball on the same side of the table that he's going to play the 7-ball. So that he doesn't have to run across his position zone, but is coming at the 9-ball once he leaves his 3rd cushion.
And speed control was excellent, as usual.
So the scratch on the break has turned into a game here for Appleton, and that was not a kiss into the scratch either. So that's really a player error, an unforced error. It happens. It's easy to happen. But at this level, unforced errors is what dictates the outcome of these matches. 1-0 is our score. Where do you play your pool at in Tulsa?
Well, it used to be called Sandites, and it just got bought. Now it's going to be called Deep Pockets. And they're moving 5 new diamond 9-foot tables in, so I'm looking forward to that.
I bet you are.
It was mostly bar tables before.
7-ball on the wing, Appleton from the extreme right side of the table. Now he's scratched, and that was a direct scratch into the side. It looked like his timing was a little off. His body moved prior to impact and was coming upward, and I think that changed the tip position just enough. Now here's Josh Filler. Very fast player, Danny.
Yes. I see no problems here either.
Always sitting nearby is Josh's wife, Pia. She's a very sweet girl. And she's a great player in her own right. And she has a high run of 87 balls. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. She's no joke. Takes a good player to beat her. Josh is 24, but he's been around for a while. I get a kick out of it. Jason Shaw says Josh Filler shoots straighter than he does. Now, this is the softer Jason Shaw. I don't think he really believes that either. But,
Right.
And I don't think it's really true either. But both of them possess, just overwhelming firepower. Ooh, staggered the 9 in just a little bit there. 1-1 is our score. There in the front row, Jerry Bryseth is here now, right over on the other side of Stu Matana. You'll see him in the background.
Got a pretty good crowd today for the first match.
Yeah, at 11:30, just a little earlier than the old commentators are used to. We wrap up our evening usually quite late. But this is the Derby City Classic, and I love the smell of chalk dust in the morning.
There you go.
A little better on the break. He made a ball. Is he going to get a shot? Needs a bump? I don't know. Be very thin if he did. No, he's racing over there like he has it. Going to try to draw around the 6, but I think he's a little bit afraid of bumping the 6, so he wants to take another look at it and get a good clear image. It has to be super thin. I don't know if the draw can catch him in time to get past that 6. Just did. And that's hitting the fat part of the pocket too.
Yeah.
Pretty smart play there. He did not move the cue ball a whole lot. Did it with control, not side spin, but just where he hit the height of the cue ball. Now he fell a little straight here. You get to see a little top spin. Now with these elite players, they will break and run out 30% of the time. I couldn't imagine the figures that high, but I've charted it over the last few years, maybe 10, 12 years at the Moscone Cup, which is the top 5 American, top 5 European. 30% of the time it averages. So for an unforced error, it costs you on average 1.3 games. And it's quickly 2-0 here.
2-1.
2-1, I'm sorry. Thank you, Danny.
That scratch on the break by Appleton has already cost him 2 games.
Right. Then with the winter break format, it can quickly, a lot of times when you come back to the table, you're not starting with ball in hand either. So it can quickly morph into 3 or 4 games. You're going to have to mostly earn your openings with these guys. Very typical is when you start your inning, you can expect over half the time to be end rail to get your shot. Take the wing ball shot in, the 8 ball. And
Cue ball got bumped down table. So what does he do here? Does he play safe or is he?
Yeah, I don't think it banks. If it does, it's okay. So he's going for distance, end rail to end rail, like I suggested. Oh, he's banking it back.
Wow.
Okay, and safely. I know. I always say, I think he has a reservation at the steakhouse, and he's in a hurry. He's not going to mouse around playing safe if he can help it. That's a great shot, though.
Yes.
Naturally, you don't want to spar with Appleton playing a kick and safety game. Good attempt, just a little wide.
It appears that Appleton has a shot on the 2.
He's going to have to power up into a narrow side pocket here. Handled that flawlessly. 9 ball slightly impeding him.
A shot like that would give many amateurs make very difficult for them.
Yeah, you can see his cueing stayed smooth and what Danny's referring to. He had to bridge over the 9 long and then travel the cue ball a bit. Appleton's 43 years old. Known as Dynamite. His friends and fellow pool players call him Daz. Short for dazzling. That's his tenacity. 2-2 is our score.
I expect this to be a close match to the very end.
In most unusual circumstances, in the 10 ball, we didn't have any hill matches throughout the 15 event. A lot of times we'll have 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because they're always fiercely contested. This is the first 9 ball match we've done this week. So we're just entering the 9 ball portion of our week. It all began with 10 ball and bank pool, then the 1 pocket, which should finish up late tonight. And then the 9 ball will be in all its glory through Saturday evening. Something went in. 9 ball went over by the corner pocket. Appleton, nice shot here on the 1.
I don't see him trying to get on the 3 ball here. I think he'll shoot that 3-9.
Yeah, that plays easier than trying to maneuver the cue ball from the 2. So
Right.
look at that nice speed. Worked the cue ball very close to the 2. Just a hint of the wrong angle. That's the price you pay for being close to the 2. It's hard to stay on that line. Now he's got a decision to make here. Didn't really want to pound the cue ball across the table, so he can play the 3 ball into the rail, then into the 9, or he can try to just back cut the 3 onto the 9. It's a borderline call here on this one. Not a borderline shot, though.
Not for him.
No. That's our first breaking run of the match.
Darren's usually going to make the right decision. He's a very smart player.
This was your first exposure to the Accu-Rack here.
Yes.
Were you impressed?
Yeah, I did. I liked it. I liked the balls froze up pretty easily after I figured out how to use it.
Yeah, you have to push them forward just a little bit and then kind of let them settle, and then they all freeze up.
Mm-hmm.
8 ball on the wing here, Danny. That's not going in. Oh boy, this is a dry break with an open look at the one.
Yeah.
And Daz is disappointed about that outcome. The 2's over the side, so it's just a little bit of draw. The 3's open. The 4 will be along the rail. The 5 back into the side. Just roll ahead. Wouldn't take much to get on the 6. That will be the potential stumbling block, would be the 5 to the 6.
I think he rolled a little further than he wanted here. But he'll be okay.
Feller. He cracks me up how fast he plays and good decisions with good execution. Got right back in line. Now he just needs to trickle ahead just a little bit, double checking. A little stun forward, maybe a foot. Uh-oh, didn't want to rub that one.
Yeah.
Now got a little tricky. Because the corner pocket, does he go low inside and come around 3 rails?
I think so.
Can he draw and hold it and just play the long corner pocket? Looks like he's going inside, a little bit low. Oh, he's off on his speed here.
Yeah, he's going to have a tough one.
And that's because he was shooting over his leg. He's going to be disappointed if he doesn't get out here. And he really needs to seriously think about playing safe, I would think. He doesn't want to hang up this ball. He wants Darren to earn it.
Yeah.
And this is that end rail description I was trying to make earlier.
And what does Darren do here?
Boy, I think he goes after the cut. Nope, safety. Trying to get the 9 ball in the way. And left a pretty routine cross side. No such thing as a dead bank, but this is an on-angle bank. Bank that Josh figures to connect with. Didn't. So Appleton did not have to pay the ultimate price for a slightly errant safety. Four-two is our score. Both players mid-900s for their TPAs thus far, early goings.
A little surprised by that miss on that bank. No such thing as an easy bank, but I thought he would sink that.
I always love it when guys say, "Oh, you got a dead bank, dead bank." Like you can't miss it. Then you miss one like that. That's on angle, you know. To me, I've changed my mind. Anyone that says, "Oh, you got a dead bank," it's like them saying, "You know, I don't know anything about pool." There's not a pro in the world that would bet their life on that bank. And we just came off a whole, 4 days of bank pool.
Yes.
So these guys couldn't possibly be more in tune for banking. 8-ball in the wing has not been going. Got kissed out, but the 3 jammed in there. Long, tough get on the 1 here. Mainly because the cue balls froze to the cushion.
Yes. If he can make this 1 and get on the 2, that's his trouble in this rack.
The 8-ball just hanging in the side pocket, so there's a lot of ways to score the 2 onto the 8. Then you'd have to play position from that shot on the 2-ball, which is never easy. But that might make rolling in the 1-ball a little bit easier than powering up here. That's the decision. Just going to settle for that. He would have preferred the cue ball to not land frozen to the cushion, however. But Daz will just have to make another good shot. I think it's going to be super soft speed here. Just doesn't want that 2-ball going down and getting lodged up. And what a great shot that was. A deceptively subtle, good maneuver there to hold the 2-ball right there at the side pocket. Now he'd like to, I think the point's slightly impeding this. He'd like to get the cue ball out away from the side cushion so he doesn't have to deal with the clutter down there when playing position. He'd rather like to get the cue ball more towards the middle of the table here. But it might not allow it because of where the 2-ball is. No, he was able to do that.
That 9-ball covering the 6 might come into play.
Well, it's definitely in his thoughts right now.
Well, I can't tell, Mark. Can he draw it straight back?
Well,
That's what he's looking at, isn't it?
He's got a hint of an angle to his right. And he can top spin down table. Guess that's the easiest. High inside. Uh-oh, look out, corner pocket. He realizes it too. Whew. Boy, he's got a massive shot here.
Yes, and his cue ball is going away from where he wants it.
The worst part is the cue ball is going naturally towards the far corner pocket, so you got to deal with that. And if you have to introduce side spin, froze to the inside of the pocket here, back cut this ball, come back out 3 cushions to the center of the table, it's murder. This might be tougher than a long, tough straight in. He's definitely introducing some left English to try to, one, give the cue ball some speed, but also take that far corner pocket out of play, hopefully. Boy, you have to aim this super thin. Oh, smart shot.
Safe, yeah.
Smart shot. It wasn't there, so don't force it and lose the game on a cheap turnover here. Make Josh earn it.
And Josh is definitely going to have to earn it from here.
Yeah.
That was an excellent shot.
You know, if you're going to play in big-time tournaments like this, you have to be good at winning games from this very start. This is what it's going to be about 60% of the time when you play one of these elite players is end rail to end rail. So you might as well go ahead and practice it. And it's not glamorous practice, but somehow the good players still win their games from here. They don't lose on this shot. This is referred to as a negative expectation shot in terms of your win percentage, but it's how much negative do you have. Some guys play at a 20% clip. Some guys can get it up into the 40s.
I'm not sure what he was trying there, Mark.
It was so ugly. He was trying to get power and get separation, and he was kind of hoping for the backdoor safety that will happen if you just hit it and don't scratch 20% of the time.
Right.
But yeah, that was a very distasteful position that Appleton put him in. And really a great job by Appleton. Ahead he played and not try to force that shot that was not there, really.
Very smart.
He's going to be blessed. That's going to be his 5th win, and he'll be breaking.
He can't let up, though. 3-game lead's not a big lead. And
Not with Filler.
Yeah, not with
Yeah.
Filler.
With bad players, it's a pretty good lead. With good players, you're barely ahead of even.
Yes.
Just so you know, this turns around in a hurry. But you'd still much rather be 5 than 2.
Absolutely.
Appleton playing 935 and Filler uncharacteristic 818. He's had a few he scratched on the opening break, I believe.
And they've both cleaned up their break. So Darren broke dry his last break. Correct?
I thought he pounded the 3-ball in.
Well,
he
maybe it was the break before.
It wasn't because he broke this last rack and was running out. And
Yes.
got so.
Yes, it was the rack before.
Yeah, crowd's getting bigger here. There's Bill Young, chalk box creator. That's a good product. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But it's a kind of a advertising and commercial thing that goes around your chalk. It's a little plastic
Oh, yeah?
molded cup. Pretty cool. He's a good player, too, from Quincy, Illinois, and more importantly, he's a great guy. And my coach down there next to Stu Montana is Jerry Bryceth. He's 84, and I still learn from him. Him and I went and did a couple clinics together, and the way he expresses things is, even though I lived under him 8 years, it's like, dang, that was really good what he said there. He's still the man on that. And very youthful, 84, I might add. Okay, Appleton breaking, sticking with his right side break here. 7 balls to wing ball. 7 ball was going down, but got kissed out last second. And dry break here. Filler's already at the table prior to the balls completely coming to a stop. He's ready to go.
He's not going to waste any time.
He has an electricity about him that just lights up the whole arena, you know, with the energy that he brings to this. I always like it. During an alternate a break format, he'll run out the table. It won't be his break. He'll get all the balls out, and then he'll run to his chair like he's got something to do. He'll be toweling off his cue like a madman over there. But when he comes to the table, stuff happens. Yeah, a real crowd favorite. 1 for the uncanny accuracy, and then 2 for the speed of play.
Yes. He makes the game look simple. He makes it look easy, which it is not.
At all. No, it's an art form. Well, he's one of those unique guys that perhaps defies the fact that natural ability doesn't mean something. I think him and Jason Shaw possess natural ability, and the other guys, Don Boning, Polo, are products of hard work. And yes, they can play at the same level, but they come at it from different approaches, you know,
Yes.
completely. 5-3 is our score. Appleton in the lead, but yeah, we got our TPAs here, 935, 857. Let's see if Filler changes the breakup. I thought he might. No, the 8-ball is the wing ball. The wing ball has not been finding the mark. We'll switch sides. This time the 8-ball does go directly into the corner pocket. Is he going to get a bank here?
It looks like that's all he has.
Well, maybe, yeah. It doesn't even look like it's a great bank here, looking at the live view. Don't know if he can just make a stop shot safety here. A lot of guys like that 3-railer, but it looks like the one might have got tucked up on the 5 too much for that shot to be available. Well, wrong again, Wilson. I think that's exactly what he did, was the stop shot safety. And that's a good shot to know, be able to execute from different ranges, because it's not that easy. It looks easy when it's executed properly. It puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. Filler made 2 balls on the break.
Well, I don't think Darren has many options here. I think he's going to try to pocket this ball.
Yep. And that's the thing. You don't get that many innings, and sometimes once you make up your mind, you can't just hit at it. You really have to play this ball.
He's taking his time. He's putting his best effort.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is how quick these matches can turn around, and if he can make something happen from nothing here, he realizes he's a big underdog to succeed, but he doesn't want to give this shot just a half-hearted attempt. Just a little wide. And probably on the outer tables that are a little bit more broke in from the consistency of play, that attempt is probably about right. But what happened here is we just put this table in after the 10-foot tournament, so it has a brand new cloth, so it's not quite the same degree of friction that he has outside. So Filler rewarded with a good play. Pretty straightforward layout here for Filler. Filler, 24 years old. Look how well he plays at this age. Can you imagine when he's 48? Another 24 years of this. Well, he's already a killer, but and just like that, 5-4.
Like you were mentioning earlier, when you get to the table, it's not going to be on your own terms.
Yeah.
Appleton had to kick at that ball. Very tough angle.
Yep. Welcome to the big leagues. You
Yes.
know, I mean, that's how it is. You're at home. Your buddies give you a good shot. You feel great about yourself. Then you come here, think I'm playing pretty good, and just get smoked. And you think, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
I was playing pretty good. I hardly got a turn. Well, I feel confident Filler's going to stay on this side of the table for his break
Yeah.
for a little while. That wing ball shot in there like a bullet. Didn't this time. Took a little pace out of it, too. 5 balls down. Oh,
Oh, boy.
got a shot, I think.
It's hard to tell.
I think he did.
He's
Now
not-
that 3 that's a
Yes.
mess, even if he did get a shot. He's going to have to make a good shot. Looks like he can get below it and play the 3 into the same corner pocket the 1 would go, but that takes really careful position play to do. Going into it as a breakout doesn't work very good. Measuring up. What if I just drew back? What? Oh, he's
No,
pushing
yeah,
out.
yeah, pushing out.
Okay. Well, then he
So,
couldn't see the
Yeah,
full
apparently
one.
not.
Yeah. Move that 2 ball down to the end rail.
He's passing it back.
No, I don't blame him. Yeah. Now Filler is going to have to go with defense, it looks like. That stop shot hit. Oh, yeah, that's a nice job there.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, very good. And here we are again. Darren kicking at a ball.
Darren knew that the shot was there, but he decided he didn't want to execute it, hoping that Filler might falter. That stop shot safety's come up twice now, and both times it's paid a pretty big dividend.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying that's a big shot in pro pool.
Do you think the no jump cues allowed in this tournament changes their decisions much?
I do. Yeah, I think it makes a much better game. Look at that shot. Appleton kicks it and hits it. Did he get a shot? If he didn't get a shot, he's really no better off, but it was a pretty shot. Can't fault him at all.
It looks like he might be able to hit the edge here.
Well, then that'll
Play
be
some kind of safety.
Oh, yeah. Checked it up with inside spin, trying to get the 2-ball all the way to the far end rail. And I do think that the no jump cue, I think it makes a much better game here.
Yes.
This much better test of skills, even though it's not quite as audience friendly. Filler purposely overcut that. Great shot there. He was trying to open the 3-ball and leave Darren end rail to end rail. Pretty nice safety exchange going on here. If he gets in behind the 4, not quite. How about you? You like the no jump cue?
Yes. Yes.
So you're old school.
Yes, I am.
All right, Filler didn't quite get the cue ball clear to the other end of the table. Appleton has a real nice cut on the 2-ball.
Getting on the 3 is very difficult, though. Assume he'll try to put it over here on this bottom rail.
Little high right. Look at the speed controls filtering in there. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, he wanted
Pretty
another
nice.
foot.
Yeah. He wanted a little further. That way he wouldn't have to run into that 4.
But that's still a nice shot. And what
Yes.
happened was the 2-ball kind of grazed the rail on the way in, so he hit a little heavy, and that took just that much pace out of the cue ball. Now, the big thing here is make up your mind how you want to play it, and then be single-minded about pocketing the 3. If you're distracted by the 4, you cannot believe how often it leads to a miss on the 3. Good job there.
No reward.
Nice attempt, but no reward is right. And that's the deal with this. It's, it could, if it stops an inch sooner, maybe he's okay, or for sure 2 inches sooner. He's going to try to kick this in. Well, that's not the worst.
Yeah, that's not the worst of outcomes. This is tough.
Not only do you have to make a nice cut shot, but you also have to be a little bit consumed with that side pocket scratch over here. And you hate to have to introduce outside spin, but I think that's what's needed.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he made it. Yeah, he hit it so good. I just assumed knowing Filler's accuracy. But
Well, when you put outside English on a shot like that, it makes it much more difficult.
sure does. Look how long this bridge is. Oh, that really, he did not hit that good at all. I guess he didn't want to come up short, and I understand that, but that super long bridge, and he didn't take much time over it. And that was, if he gets position there, that was really the outcome, the rack-winning shot was that position on the 6. Got to be a good shot maker here. Head stayed still. Great hit.
Yes.
Great hit. Well, you can see what makes him a world champion. That body was so still, watching the head, and that stroke so compact. Now, you cannot have a letdown here, even though the 7's over the pocket. This is an easy one to mess up, too.
He didn't want on the rail, but he did good. That's a good shot.
A lot of people would say, why do you let it get on the rail? Because that's the way that ball played the nicest. You just had to get this up here and be a shot maker from here. Boom. That was a big rack right there.
Yes.
Yeah. It was. We were just within a hanging ball of being tied here at 5-5. It's now 6-4, and Appleton will be breaking. Appleton just over 900 at 902. 850 is the benchmark of pros. 900 is elite world class. Who's a couple of the best players in Tulsa currently besides yourself, Danny?
Well, I'd have to say John Gabriel and Shane McMahon.
Oh, yeah.
They're the two top players. And
Yeah.
then you can go outside of town. You got Chip Compton,
Mm-hmm.
Joey Gray.
I just ran into Chip down in Austin, Texas. He has a girlfriend down there.
Oh.
At, let's see, Skinny Bob's pool room.
Well, I was surprised that John's the only one from the area that is here.
Appleton sticking with the one side, but the 4 ball went in, the 7 ball went in, but look at, so 2 balls went in. Hold it. 3, 6, 7. So 2 balls went in, but it didn't comply. Okay.
Well, he took some power out of that break.
He did, yeah. Well, apparently Josh thinks the 3 ball goes from here, or is he going to have to try to do something with that? Nope, 3 ball must go. The wrecking template is there. It definitely went.
When Josh shoots, his shot clock rarely gets down below 30 seconds.
He thinks you got the 40 seconds for the whole rack, I think, rather than per shot. Yes. He wears out the old shot clock timer's button. Look at this. He got thin again. Like 3rd time in the match where he's gotten far further away from the ball than he needed to be. Look at that firepower, though.
Yes.
Yeah, good recovery there. 6-5 is our score now. I have to say, I absolutely detest any rule where you make 2 balls on the break and you don't get to continue in that ball.
Yes.
There's no logic. No one will ever convince me that that's the right way to play. I have no idea what that's about. Makes no sense.
It also needs to be simplified for the people in the stands that don't understand.
Exactly.
I'm sure there's a dozen people out there right now wondering why Appleton didn't get to keep shooting.
And I've said in the stands before and had people ask me, like, what happened? Why is the other guy shooting? He made. I go, oh, well, they have a rule. Yeah, it's maddening. Now at the International Open, they waive that. If you make 2 balls on the break, nothing, because sometimes you get unfortunate kisses that just deny balls going across the headstring.
Right.
And to me, I don't understand what's the requirement? You don't regulate any kind of conditions for any other shot. If you make a ball, you continue. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you don't make a ball, you don't continue. Everybody understands that part. It's when you throw appendixes on there that are irrelevant. Well, this is going to have to grab. He did. He made a hit. All right. Well, Appleton is happy to get back to the table, and that being only the penalty of 1 lost rack. Nice off speed there.
Looks like he might have to hit the 8 here.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny shot here. You're going to pull it back a little bit. Oh, oh boy! I sure didn't think, but yeah, that's a skinny pocket, but a big miss. That at a crucial juncture of the match too. This is awkward for a left-hander.
Yes, he's
Plays okay for a right-hander, not so good for a lefty.
stretched out over the 9.
And this was, I don't know if you remember earlier, he kind of played over his leg like this, and that's when he came up way short position-wise. Now, he's not going to come up short here because he's got a thin cut, this ball.
Excellent shot.
Wobbled it in. Took some of the pace out of the cue ball by hitting that object ball a little fat. I don't know it was intended. Nice route there to go 4 cushions, was it?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, and back it into position here where he's got that nice angle on the 6. And this is a smart play. 2 cushions rather than try to do it 1. You want the angle anyway. I think he'll play it in the long corner pocket. I don't think he'll try to get on top. Right. That's where the cue ball wanted to go, so just ration the speed rather than redirecting the cue ball from where it wants to go and get the speed right. Take out a set of variables there. We're about to be tied here at 6 apiece. Yeah, that 2 ball was the big ball in this set so far. That was really a turning point. A shot that it's not easy. I'm not saying that at all. It's not. But I think he was a little bit distracted by the 8 ball. I don't think he committed. And then that pocket's very slender going into it at that angle, and then withdraw, and then right at the last instant, it's almost like you want to do a little bit more and help it a little bit more, and then all of a sudden it's wobbled. Filker over here on the side where the 5 went in time or 2. 5 balls right down. 1 ball's down. Is he going to get a shot on the 2? That's really the question.
Yes. Well, he's either got a cut in the side or a combination.
Yeah, knowing Filler's game, he plays that combination quite a bit. There's something on the table. Asking the referee to, Boy, they just cleaned the table right before we started, too. Interesting. If he connects on this combination, gets a shot, boy, he's off to the races.
Well, he did that well.
This will be a pretty position play. It's going to require some spin, either forward or backward. Looks like it'll be forward. A little high left. Super long bridge. Yep, the left got him. He's disappointed for sure. But he has super long bridge and then using the side spin on that. And I understand, but he wasn't going to use that much power, and you get a little more accuracy with that shorter bridge. He's so used to making everything that he's maybe sometimes gets a little bit carefree. And then is shocked if something misses. I don't suffer that same fate. Just so you know. I'm never shocked when I miss one. Well, that was a big turnaround now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only does that give Darren the win this game, it also gives him the break.
And it kind of gets him off of stewing over that last 2 ball too.
Yeah.
Because if Appleton has any chink in his armor, it's going to be sometimes he gets a bit emotional. He cares so deeply about winning and playing hard that unfair errors really get to him sometimes.
Okay.
So he can be a little bit temperamental. But that also contributes greatly to his success. He goes ahead 7-6 here in this event. He's truly wears his heart on his sleeve and is deeply invested. It's not like he doesn't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask once again for everybody to double check their phones at this time. Let's not distract any of these guys. I know it's not intentional. Sometimes it's an oversight. Also, for those of you that are not in the TV arena but are nearby, please double check your phones. If they go off out there, the players here can hear them as well. Thanks, man.
It was, I guess, a ringtone or something, and I don't know if that went off during Filler's shot. I don't know what happened. Sounds like maybe they feel like it could have affected play. Sounded like Nick Varner will be here tonight. He'll probably do some one-pocket action, broadcast-wise, later on. All right, Appleton sticking with his favorite side. 7 balls the wing ball. Has not been finding the mark. The 1 ball's down. Looks like he got a shot on the 2. 3's open. 4's hanging in the pocket. Pretty nice layout here.
Going back and forth across the table from 5, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9.
But open.
Yeah, but open.
And a couple good balls to start with here. Over recent years, every year we come here and these guys are playing better. So I'd say, well, the play can't possibly get any better. And I was convinced that that was true. But I no longer say it because every single year they get a hair better.
Yes.
You know, it's just astounding the quality of play here, especially on the TV table, because naturally we only get feature matchups. But fascinating to watch. The sport evolved before your eyes. Doesn't want to get too straight here. And got too straight.
Well, we have a very strong work ethic among our top players in today's game.
Yeah.
They work hard.
Well, they're becoming athletes,
Yes.
I would say. It used to be a bit more casual. Good shot there. Darren was able to do a lot with that shot. Got the cue ball out to the center of the table. That's always the most important position zone. Two balls away from a big-time break and run here. Filler has 1 in the set so far, and this would be Appleton's second. Undecided. Was thinking about center ball stun. It's just that little flat angle. Then he was thinking about draw. Now he's thinking about topspin. No, stun. Gonna power it up. And that is one thing I really like. He changed, he got back up, and got it clear in his mind, and then got down. Because if you shoot that with any ambiguity, very easy to mess up. All right, quality break and run out to put himself on the hill here. Filler's going to need to win 3 racks in a row.
I'm sure Filler's just hoping to get back to the table.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's not that far out of it if he can get a shot. There's my old buddy Joe Villapando. Great player. Now living in Minneapolis, from the Quad Cities when I first met him many years ago. Mike Massey sitting in attendance. Saw Dave Matlock here a little bit ago. Okay, here we go. Appleton, 4-ball on the wing, has not been finding the mark with that one, but others have been dropping. Pretty good square hit. The 1-ball, is the cue ball going to be okay? Made a few balls here. I don't think he's going to get a shot on the 3. Made 3 balls, is that right? Yes.
Well, where do you push out to here?
Boy,
It's a big decision.
isn't it? It is. A most unusual layout. You really can't tangle balls up here either to try to prolong the game.
Well, he might push out right where he's laying his cue.
You know, I also don't mind playing the combination, hitting the 3 up on the rail and just let the cue ball filter. I don't know if we can grab the overhead right away here. But rather than push out to a shot with filler, I would like to play the cue ball onto the 9, put the 3 over here, and just let the cue ball come over here. Hope the 9 doesn't block you. So that's the other choice that would be somewhat logical. Maybe, you know, you have a little bit of a exchange. The last thing you want to do is push out, have filler splice in the 3, and then run out the set.
Yes.
And that is a real danger with these guys. You want him to earn those opportunities.
Well, I think Filler will accept this shot.
Well, the worst part is 20% of the time he's going to get lucky and get a backdoor safety if he does miss. No, he's playing safe. Okay, so then that was a quality push. After a push out, if you just get yourself back to the table one time, it was a reasonable push. If you ever push out and lose the game without going back to the table, it was a horrible push. So Appleton's looking at just splitting the ball here, but if he has to use side spin, then that cue ball doesn't want to track backwards very easily. Because the momentum of the mass is coming down the table with the 3. Now he was able to get into the edge. Nice speed, too. Good job there, Daz. Filler's challenged by a super thin back cut here. Once again, long bridge. He just glides it in there.
Right in.
Just glides it in there. No problem. Well, he can play the 6 off the 8 if he has to into the side pocket. It's a pretty narrow cut. He can also back cut it for the other corner pocket and not have to deal with that. That might be the better choice percentage-wise long-term for getting out.
Looks like he's going for the corner.
He just has no trouble at all pocketing that ball.
Well, it looks like Filler got what he was hoping for.
Yeah, I'd say.
He's in control of this match now.
And he played a good safety there on that
Yes.
push out on the 3.
Now it's Darren hoping to get back to the table.
Yeah, for sure that. You know, I'm going to say 5 or 6 years ago, Ralph Souquet said there's a new German guy coming up that's going to be better than he was. And I thought, well, what a humble guy. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
and I also kind of thought, like, yeah, right, better than Ralph Souquet. And Oliver Ortman also said the same thing, but I still wasn't buying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm starting to buy today.
He's so young. He's going to keep improving.
Yeah. Okay, 4-ball on the wing. 4 balls down.
Straight in.
What's happening with the 1 ball? Ooh, I think Darren's going to be mighty happy that he didn't get a shot. 2 balls down on the break. It was a complying break, meaning something crossed the head string. We know the 7 ball did for sure. Probably something else. Probably the 3 was in and out. This is a hard decision here, too.
Very difficult decision. What? There's nowhere to push to. Maybe down there, make him kick at it.
It's hard to tangle anything up. You want to tie something up, but I don't see how you'd even do that.
If Filler pushes down there and freezes to the rail, I think Darren lets him shoot. Yeah, I don't know. I think, he's going to let him shoot. Oh,
I think Darren might try to play this one up in the corner. He knows that Josh is obligated to shoot something. And earlier in the match, there was 3 stop shot safeties that Filler played in similar circumstances, but I don't think that this is one of them. But it is borderline. Yeah, and what Daz is looking at is that it's near the scratch, and it may or may not scratch, depending upon how you land on that 1 ball. But boy, this is a tough shot to take on, no doubt about it.
He's convinced himself that he can do it. This could be the match.
He might also be playing safe. And no safety with this one. Tried to hit it heavy.
Well, he's got room here. I think this is going to get Josh to the hill.
Josh is smiling. He knows he left a little wider angle than he wanted. Recently, he was asked about his straight pool prowess, because that's a big game in Germany. He was saying that he has a table with 4 1/4 inch pockets, and he tries to run 200 balls every single day. And the guy says, "Well, how often do you do that?" And he looked at him and he says, "Every day." Like 200 balls, and I call it a day. All right. So you could say natural ability, but clearly this is a person that works at it pretty darn hard.
Yes.
You just don't.
Anybody that's going to run 200 a day is putting in the work.
You act like, well, every day I do it. Okay. Well, that exceeds most people's high run for a lifetime. Not
Yes.
every day. All right. Well, here it is, 8-8.
Just like we expected.
We thought it would be hotly contested.
Even the TPAs are close.
Yeah. $8.86.
Yeah, I do like these racks. I'm going to have to get one for my home.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a quality product for sure. I use them in my house. All right, 5 ball on the wing. 5 balls down, 1 ball's down. It's a complying break. 6 balls down, and a shot on the 2. Oh, boy. Yeah.
Well, I think I know how Darren feels right now.
Yes. He is pretty much reduced to hoping the governor gives him a last-second pardon here. It's going to be tough. Big shot. No problem. Oh, Josh dug in and got where he can control the 3-ball quite nicely. Josh will go to the side rail just before the side pocket and float right on forward, just down to the head string. Nice angle. Boy, fell in there perfect. Just the hint of the right angle there. He can just back it up. Does he? Is it? Might be still enough.
Yeah, he's gotten up a couple times off of it.
He might have to go to the rail and come up. I guess that's what he's playing. You can kind of tell by the length of his backswing. Look at, he let the cue ball get away. He's okay. Looked like it was going to filter onto the side cushion there. This is match ball. Right in the heart. Great match there. Breaking run out to close out the set. There was just a couple little, yeah, Darren wants to try that shot again, but he missed.
I didn't know he could see enough of that shot to make it down in the corner.
Well, he I guess maybe he couldn't. You know, we don't know because he ended up hitting it a little bit heavy. Feller ended up at 897. And really, you know, there was a couple turning points. I don't think this was so much. This was the last one, but I really think there was a couple times maybe like the 2-ball into the side was really kind of. But conversely, Filler also had a couple times like that. One time he was going top spin with inside and had that super long bridge. So
yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Danny. Really appreciate
you
doing
Mark.
this with us.
Thank you,
yeah,
Mark.
really good.
Appreciate it.
Once again, we want to thank everyone for joining us. This has been an Accu-Stats video productions. That's our time for this time. Until next time, so long.